Until Vincent Helly was 6 years old, he didn't speak at all. In his early years, he lived in silence. His family faced severe anxiety with the pessimistic diagnosis of doctors at the time. Put him in a psychiatric clinic was the view. If autism is often misunderstood today, there was far greater ignorance of the condition even 20 years ago. This summer, at the age of 25, Vincent has been representing his friends and family and his home venue of Golf de Moliets in the south of France as he teed off in 2 EDGA European Tour Series events in Scotland and England, playing on the same day and the same courses as the star players from the European Tour in front of appreciative spectators. He was one of 8 EDGA players who qualified through the world ranking for golfers with disability for these significant events for inclusive golf. Vincent qualified with a top 25 world ranking. As a person with autism, it's not so easy to involve himself in the hustle and bustle of big tournament day. But with lots of unfamiliar people around at unfamiliar venues and in a different country listening to a new dialect, even hardened journeyman professionals with hundreds of European Tour events under their belt have found adapting to golf in COVID-19 times stressful, and so imagine what it must have been like for anyone making their debut at such an event. Then picture what it must be like for a person with autism. While Vincent didn't always play his absolute best golf off his handicap of 2, in the first EDGA Hero Open at Fairmont St Andrews and the EDGA Kazoo Classic at the London Golf Club, nevertheless his shot making was impressive to the watching spectators. The boy who didn't speak is now an excellent golfer, who also went on to succeed in school thanks to the loving support of his family. Vincent recently graduated in accountancy at college. When he spoke to us in English, his second language, one could soon sense that he has much to say on playing golf, practice, nature, and even wanting to coach others with autism and help them to reach their potential. It's a mature mindset for a 25-year-old, revealed in the second half of the conversation when interviewee and interviewer were relaxed. The first question we asked him at the London club was whether he was enjoying this new experience.
Yes, I'm very happy to be here. To play in Scotland, I can improve my experience. To play in a different country, playing European Tour courses, I can enjoy experiences for my golf career.
Was he nervous with all the attention and the big occasion?
Little nervous. So for the strategy, it depends on the wind in each shot.
Vincent clearly feels golf is beneficial for people with autism. He is in no doubt that it's helped his personal development.
Yes, I think golf is a good sport for autistic people. Yeah. In golf, we can improve focus and social interactions too.
Spectators seeing Vincent from a short distance might have supposed he is a confident, relaxed individual. But look at him in the eyes and you can see he is working hard to process all the detail and respond accordingly. If this is so, Vincent has to deal with this in every interaction, in every competitive round of golf, and certainly in every new setting. He faced this during these tour events for 2 weeks, and yet he shared something significant with his fellow 7 EDGA players and even the European Tour players around him, that he can play golf well and compete on an equal footing. He was thus taken in as one of the group, which demonstrates something about the inclusive nature of this game. Inclusion is a hurdle for people with autism because they face stereotypical and lazy thinking every day. As Vincent's mother Michelle would explain, with tolerance and inclusion comes progress, and she is in no doubt of the value of the sport and golf for her son's personal development. Vincent's greatest ally in golf is Michelle, who travels with him to all the tournaments. Michelle speaks with a passion about the difficult early years for Vincent, but also how the love of his family, an inspiring early teacher, and more recently golf, have all helped to shape her son and help him find his way.
The doctors told me that he will never go to school, that he will never speak. He was 3 years old, diagnostic, deep autism, and they told me he must go to the psychiatric hospital, and that's all. So I was teacher.
Michel has 3 sons, including Pierre and Paul.
Vincent is the youngest son. The 2 oldest boys, Pierre and Paul, are not autistic, but they said, for us, it's not a problem if he's autistic. It's our brother, and we try to help him as we can to have a normal life. And that was fantastic. And he will be autistic all his life. That's not a problem, but he can learn to live in our world. Difficult for him, but it's possible if other people help him and if he make progress. And sport is a fantastic vector of development. If I can send a message to the parents who have an autistic child, never give up.
Yeah.
Because then they can make progress. And Vincent is the best example.
Vincent started playing golf only 10 years ago, and his first experience of a golf swing was unusual, through a popular computer game.
I started playing golf at 14 years old. Now I'm 25 years old. I started to play golf in Wii Sports, in video games.
Who does he look up to most on the golf course?
Rory McIlroy and Sergio Garcia, a French player. I like Robin Sotigris, actually.
Vincent also mentions French players Gregory Bourdet, Joel Stalter, Ben Herbert, and Alexander Levay, who he admires.
My home club is Moliets. Moliets is located between Bordeaux and Biarritz.
Vincent said that the members at Moliets are always highly supportive, as were those at Saint-Omer in northern France, where the family were then living, shortly after his first go at golf on the Wii video game.
He discovered golf and said, wow, that's nice. I would like to try real golf, to play golf. And we went to the club where we lived, Saint-Omer, in Pas-de-Calais, north of France. And then they said, okay, Vincent, you can try. And today they are very, very proud. Development is fantastic, no?
Vincent was fortunate as a 5-year-old to attend a welcoming baby gym which had a brilliant teacher taking the classes. While Vincent's 5-year-old classmates were friendly, Michel points out, at that age, the children are kinder to those who are different. Indeed, for both Michel and Vincent, acceptance and understanding of autism are imperative to create an environment for people with the condition in which to relax and reach their potential. It's about tolerance. When Vincent isn't practicing his golf, he works as a volunteer for a society in France called Golf Together for Autism that helps autistic people and their families through golf. Run by the respected professional Christian Surveyor, Vincent has an administrative role and also organises golf initiation days at supportive golf clubs.
I think if people accept this difference, it's fantastic. It's fantastic for the person who has autism, but it's very, very good for other people too. For Vincent, sport and golf since 10 years is a real therapy. So, I mean, if a person with a normal person or person with autism has a passion, wow, this person can make progress. So I say, never give up.
Meanwhile, Vincent can concentrate on the present and look to the future.
Yes, I would like to be scratched and next year's professional tournaments, and if it's possible, I will be a golf teacher with autistic people like me.
To get there, he works very hard on his game.
So in a week, I can train 5 days a week.
Vincent enjoys his training with a specific program every day, alternating physical work, the technical work of the long and short game, and also new strategy on the golf course. Since the beginning of the year, he has been working with his 2 coaches, Michael and Scott Hill from the Hill Golf Centre in Hossegor. The 2 brothers offer him high-level coaching with a lot of human commitment. It's a great opportunity for Vincent, and he wanted to thank his coaches for their wonderful support. For the last 5 years, Vincent has played at the Golf de Moliets men's team in the Landes region of southwest France. He lives near the golf course and he's very well integrated and supported by all at the club, something again that he's hugely grateful for. Despite his work ethic, He tells us he also enjoys just being on the golf course and in the surroundings.
In golf, we can enjoy landscape too and nature. Yeah. In golf, I traveled in other countries, so I can discover other landscapes. Yes, my mom helps me to be good in social interactions. So golf is a great part of my life with my trouble of autistic. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Michel says that when Vincent plays golf, he forgets he is different. And this is magic for him. Talking with us at the busy London Golf Club in his second language, then keeping his cool under pressure on the golf course. All this, given that he was written off by doctors as a quiet little boy. This is surely in some ways a little magic too.